Welcome to Everyday Life of Ralph Powers. Today is Sunday, January 26th, 2014. It is 6:15 a.m. Welcome to Everyday Life of Ralph Powers. Doc 360 man. Not a Doc 360 man.
Well, no, not really. Like I said, it's a tool. It's not the person. Right. Anybody should be able to buy pepper spray. Can anybody buy pepper spray? Yes, they can, but they have to go through training, though. Some places. Like in Indiana, they make you they spray your face before you can even carry it.
It's stupid safe.
Yeah.
Has the lady business picked up since this video went viral?
No. Nobody's ever looked back and said anything. But hey, I'm always there.
Do you get discounts for the lot list?
Not interested. Not interested.
Without it, he could have died.
If not the neutralizer, he would have died.
No, not interested.
I'm bad. You did pussy last time you were pepper sprayed. You ready to give it a shot?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, Badfinger, you haven't been sprayed with pepper spray since that video.
No, I haven't.
Did you bring the neutralizer?
Yes, I have. It's right here.
Ooh, new and improved. You're going to need it because we've set up 3 different scenarios where you will be getting pepper sprayed. A lot. We got the good stuff from the gun store.
Well, bring it on.
Okay. Well, first up, we're going to have you rob a convenience store.
Give me everything. The register, you Hello Kitty wearing one time.
Don't worry, I've got the neutralizer. I've got the neutralizer.
Yeah.
No, I got you. We got the neutralizer. Go back in.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, there. Point.
Give me everything. The register.
You're number 67.
You number 67. With red price.
With pad tie.
Pad ties.
Give me the money.
Give me the money. Thank you.
I'll take the gun.
Damn it.
You're fine. Now you're fair.
I'm getting
The neutralizer. You're fine. Most people would die without the neutralizer.
Yeah.
The food.
Where the is it?
Eat the sandwich or something. All right, your last test is a girl alone in the park, oddly doing yoga. Go get her.
Hey, you sure do pretty, baby.
Well, that's not creepy at all. No mistake, bitch.
Hold on, I got the neutralizer. You're fine. Enjoy her.
All right. Where are you, baby?
Congratulations, Badfinger. Thanks to the pepper spray away now with SPF 15, you were able to rob a convenience store, scare a family to death, and sexually assault a woman. So if you're a criminal, head on down to the store and pick up a bottle today. How you doing back there, Snots?
I'm doing great, actually. As long as the wind is blowing on me, I'm fine.
Good Lord. Pepper spray really clears out the sinuses. We'll be right back, but first, enjoy the free plug, Coca-Cola.
Please give me cock. Oh, please give me cock. I want a cock. Please give me cock. Cock, cola, and ask them the price of cock.
Yes, nice hit.
Maybe he said she's dropping him off.
Rihanna, Drake, back together! And we know this for a not fact because they were spotted at the same nightclub in New York City last night.
They were arriving separately, and then they left. They were there for 2 hours and then left 10 minutes apart.
Check out the video. There's Rihanna and there's Drake. But there's one more clue that could tie this whole thing together.
They were at Griffin nightclub in New York.
Griffin nightclub, that's huge! Because that's where Rihanna met up with Chris Brown in 2012 when they were secretly reconciling. Fun fact, Rihanna and Chris allegedly boned in the Griffin bathroom. But Chris is out, and now it seems Drake is back in.
So we're saying they did it inside of Griffin nightclub?
No, we're saying that they left together and they hooked up.
How do you know they actually did it? Why weren't they just hanging out?
Here's some reasons. Good reasons. But Drake is saying it was just a coincidence. No hookup, no reconciliation, just two people innocently hanging out in a nightclub. Anyone buying that?
No! No! No!
Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyway, congrats on the secret rekindling. We won't tell anyone.
Mr. Thornton, how are you? How are you doing?
We got Billy Bob Thornton out, and our camera guy says to him,
If you were to disappear, where would you go? Like, what would be your, destination?
Disappear?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this over the weekend.
oh yeah?
I don't know how it was. Maybe that's a sign of something.
That you need more friends on the weekend?
I swear to God, it was.
Vermont, New Hampshire, someplace where Christmas would look like a Budweiser commercial.
And then our camera guy goes, oh hey, you know what?
My girlfriend's mom has a house for sale in Vermont if you want to buy it.
And Billy Bob Thornton's like, okay, Vermont's probably like where I'd want to disappear. And then our camera guy's like,
I'll give you my card. Maybe we can make business.
It's a real estate deal.
You gotta go to
The show Famous in 12 would have been good. Nobody looked there.
You're a great guy.
Dick Austin, the Foster's actor, he is the new Lindsay Lohan. He was at the Teen Choice Awards. He was trying to go to a Candy's gifting suite. The worker didn't know who he was, and he went absolutely ballistic with his mom there.
Gina.
This is the summer. The summer of this. The summer that summers from here on will be compared to. Memories will be forged into the sand and then hung on a wall for years to come. Get out there with over 50,000 hotels at $150 or less. Expedia. Find yours.
You read the labels on the foods you eat, but do you know what's in your skincare? Neutrogena Naturals, a line of naturally derived skincare with carefully chosen, clinically proven ingredients and no harsh chemicals. Healthy skin starts from within. Neutrogena Naturals.
Enjoy premium taste with Chili's top shelf enchiladas. Check out our jalapeno barbecue chicken or beef short rib enchiladas. Handmade with fresh premium ingredients like house-made corn and
I don't need anybody to tell me what healthy is. I know what healthy is.
Next DMC, J-Lo and Casper Smart. They're on again, off again, back on and off again. New evidence might finally reveal the truth about their relationship. Next DMC.
One day down the road, it'll happen. You'll need new windows. Or a big...
What?
Fruity. Go to...
Girls' night. How would you like to look at that every morning when you got up? That's what you did. You kissed him goodnight. You put that in my bathroom.
Yeah, the bike could be great, but we ain't gonna do nothing with that in a condo.
Do you already have stuff you're trying to match, or?
No, the condo came turnkey with the art in it and stuff, but I'm not crazy about that art.
This is cool. This is a good art, man. That's a local artist, too.
I didn't know that.
Actually, he was a graduate from UNLV's fine art program. He's known for painting the grapes and, funny little scenarios.
Like, this is a DUI checkpoint. I mean, I'll walk this. He does some crazy stuff.
Look at this. It even says, warning, this may cause flirtation with intoxication. I mean, his stuff really got popular a few years ago. One of his paintings actually hangs up in the Pentagon break room.
I like it. I like it a lot, Corey. How much is it?
It ain't cheap.
No, come on. It's gotta be cheap. Come on, a family. I really like this painting from Goddard. But I'm not paying Corey a large sum of money for a piece of art to hang on a wall that is not like a Picasso.
What, I got a price $2,000?
$500.
I'm not going to take a $1,500 hit on it, man. I'll go $1,800.
No, stop.
$1,800.
No, stop.
That's a good.
800. Drop the one. Drop the one.
I can't take a $1,200 hit on it, even if I like you. $1,800.
Should we just cut this and stop it at 1,000 and just call it a done deal?
No, we're not calling it 1,000.
Let's meet in the middle.
Give me $1,500 for it. Don't even tell my dad I sold it to you for that.
1,500.
All right.
You got a deal. I appreciate it.
Come on,
Your dad will be mad about it.
I'll write you up.
I like that Corey started out with a $2,000 sticker price. I would have liked to got it for about $800. Maybe we settle at $1,200, but I'm okay with the $1,500.
Chummy, what are you doing?
I'm working.
What are you working at?
Just regular work stuff, boss. It's not a big deal.
Here you go.
What?
It's a puzzle, Dad. It keeps your mind sharp. It gives you something to do.
I have enough to do, son.
Like what?
Well, whatever. First it was feeding birds. Now it's a damn puzzle. This is supposed to be a pawn shop, not a stupid old folks' home. You take that puzzle and put it where the sun don't shine.
No. You'll put it together. 550 pieces. Just try it out. You get stuck, Chum will help you.
Start with the edges, boss. Pull out all the corners and make those first.
I know how to fix a damn puzzle, Chumley.
Just give it a try. Maybe you'll enjoy it.
I'll try, but I ain't gonna like it.
Okay.
What's on the spike?
Payments for 90 days.
Just poor
0%.
Why? Always, we always.
With smoked brisket,
You seen this?
barbecue sauce, and jalapeno straws.
You missed a spot.
Everyone wants a taste of Texas. Introducing the Texas Barbecue Thick Burger. New at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Take a deep breath in and exhale.
No, he continues to yell at people with his mom there.
Dina. Oh my God, it's Lindsay and Dina. It's Dina, yeah.
Yes, it's Dina 2.0. Now with 40% more fat mothering. And just like Lilo, Jake's a former Disney star, a current DUI holder, and a member of the Cargo Smash Club.
He got in like a 4-car crash.
Well, he's gonna have to crash a lot more cars if he wants to catch up with Lindsay, but it's a good start. Thanks, Jake T. Austin. Your TV show is awesome, at least according to this clip. That show needs to win some Emmys. Coming up.
Akon, didn't he have a car repo? He's mad at you. Yes, I got freaking mad. He stopped making the payments on his Ferrari. I don't know how that's your fault.
We've been following this breaking news for you all.
But it's jacked with protein. Wow. It's
Incredible protein pack from Oscar Mayer with 13 grams of serious protein. It's P3. It's Oscar Mayer.
I'd say 10. 4, 5, 12.
How many different beers do you think Sam Adams brews in a year?
I think Sam Adams is about 10 different beers a year.
I can think of the Boston Lager. Summer Ale?
Terry Wheat.
Ooh, Terry Wheat.
Red Bull IPA.
Are you still pulling them out?
Sam Adams brews over 60 different styles of beer a year.
I'm shocked. This is crazy. So obviously we were wrong. I had no idea Sam Adams made this many. Can I just take them all with me? This definitely changes my perspective on Sam Adams.
Be prepared to be captivated, exhilarated, mystified.
I've been roaming around for hours singing on. Raising something at $25,000, $30,000 and they're taking half for it at a charity auction, you know there's an issue with the piece.
You know what? Hang it on the wall and tell people it's real.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Anyways, guys, nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm so pissed right now. It literally felt like I was just robbed of $12,000.
This has got to be one of the hardest puzzles I've ever done. We want to find the old man a hobby. But surprise, surprise, he didn't like anything we suggested. I have this thing confused a little bit.
Rick, what are you doing?
I'm not even going to waste my time on this one.
Corey, you gotta understand one thing. I threw away about 5 pieces of that puzzle.
On this episode of Counting Cars, why is 68 Charger?
My dad always had Mopars. So my idea is I want to build him a car and surprise him with it.
That's a huge thing. It's time to do a Counts Customs calendar. And I want you guys to all take a picture of yourself with a car that you like.
Here we go.
You're hiding a 1968 Charger, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I can't wait to see this. This ain't it, right? Vegas is a gambling town. Most people bet with chips. I bet with rides. Look at this. And I always go all in. Wow. What would you take for this? I'm Dan, a.k.a. The Count. And this is my all-star team. We find them, where's the rest of the car at? Fix them, flip them. Sometimes I keep it. This thing is sick. I want this car. For my crew, every job's high stakes. We can't afford to lose. This is Counting Cars.
Come on back.
We're working late waiting for a customer who's coming in. He wants us to build him a 68 Charger. He and his son drove all the way in from Michigan with some precious cargo in his truck. I'm pretty psyched to find out what he's hauling.
Danny.
What's going on, gang?
Hey, this is Robert.
Robert, how are you, man?
His son, Darren.
Darren, how you doing, brother?
Good.
Nice to meet you. How old are you?
10.
10.
I love your shirt, American Muscle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. Anyways, Robert's got the motor that he's already had rebuilt. It's a 440, and it's already been dyno tuned and ready to go. And we've got the transmission as well.
You came out swinging, brother.
Yeah.
So we just got to find a car.
Yeah.
It's not every day that somebody brings me an engine and wants me to build a car around it. It's usually the other way around. But I love Chargers, and they're quite the American icon. Frankly, a personal favorite. 68 Charger's been in great movies like Bullet and Blue Velvet, and probably the most famous Charger would be the General Lee from the show Dukes of Hazzard. Tell me something. Why is 68 Charger?
Well, back in the day, my dad always had Mopars. Big Mopar fan. And of course, family comes around, kids and all that. He sold them all.
Gotcha.
So my idea is I want to build him a car and surprise him with it. You know, all the years for doing stuff and always being there, and I think that would be a great thing.
That's a huge thing. I dig it. Tell me, what are you guys seeing with the Charger? How do you, when you see it done, what does it look like in your head?
I would like to do factory stop. I think that's kind of what I have in my
A
mind.
factory type of vibe to it.
Yep. With doing some late modifications, you know, with suspension.
Drivability things.
Yeah.
You got a color combo in your head?
I'm thinking a deep purple, kind of black, with a black interior.
Oh, very nice. Let's see what kind of goodies you got.
All right.
Packed up over here, man. You brought me a washer?
I like it. Yeah, washer, brand new washer for you.
See what kind of toys you're hiding up in here, man. Look at that. Oh my gosh, man, that's gorgeous. Nothing like a big black Chrysler 440, man, just to make your car happy.
Of course, I did it in the old Timmy Orange.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let me get the picker, bro. We'll get this baby on the road. That's just great. Go, go, go.
Put some American muscle into it.
You come over here and put some American muscle into it.
Come on. There you go. There you go. Show it how. Hey, dude, here we go. Yeah.
Growing up around tons of cars and working on them, I wanted to take apart and build the motor, so I had a chance to help participate in getting the car built the right way and the way it should be for my dad.
Good, man.
All right.
Looks steady.
There we are.
Good. So does your dad have any clue at all that you're doing this?
He knew at one time I wanted to do a car, but he doesn't know I'm going to do a car and give it to him.
Man, I love it.
So, did you have a budget in mind?
I'm thinking in between 50 and 60.
Right, I got you.
I think that's doable.
That feels good. So, brother, we've got to find the right car. We got some shopping to do, man. This Charger is going to be great. I love Bob's vision for it, and I can't wait to get started on it. Well, that is as soon as we find it. We've always done world-class builds here at Count's Custom. But I gotta tell you, man, I'm really proud of some of the latest. So much so that I've kept a lot of them for myself. And now I kind of want to share them with the world, so I got something to share with the crew. So check this out, guys. You know, always in the shop area and stuff like that, we've always got calendars hanging around, and it's always calendars of somebody else's cars. Well, I got to thinking to myself, you know what?
Mountain Men, Sunday at 9, only on History. Brought to you by Lowe's, the place to save big this Labor Day.
Kids are fat?
Totino pizza. Or a late lunch. .15 p.m. at all. Puppy love. I see dead people.
images you're seeing?
Well, first of all, I think you need to let the investigation take its course. We as leaders need to extend our sympathies to the Brown family, to the community, and respect this investigation so that we can get to the facts and the truth so that justice can be served. I, as a political leader, do not want to give any impression that I'm trying to graft my policy preferences or political agenda onto this situation, because that would be disrespectful to do that. If you're asking me my opinions about poverty, I would tell you we have a long ways to go to cure and fight systemic poverty in America. And we as policymakers need to have a fresh
Get rid of
look
this spot right here.
poverty, given that it's
I'll get a new
50
camera
years old,
probably.
and we have
That's
the
what it
highest
is.
poverty rates in a generation. This is why for the last
The
2
spots
years,
are
I've
on
spent a
the
lot of
inside
time with
the
others
lens.
looking at the poverty situation, listening to people fighting poverty successfully in many cases in a lot of our poor communities, and trying to apply those lessons to good public policy so that we can focus the war on poverty on an outcome-based approach versus what I would call has been traditionally the input-based approach. How much money are we spending? How many programs are we creating? How many people do we have on these programs? Instead of how many people are we truly getting out of poverty? Are we attacking the root cause of poverty to break the cycle of poverty? Or are we simply treating symptoms? These are the kinds of questions I think we need to ask of ourselves. And as policymakers, we can get better solutions after doing something like that. And that's why I put a plan out to get this debate going, to get some ideas on the table, to see if we can get some better thinking to really finally go at some of the fundamental causes of poverty in America.
So obviously we don't
Good
have time.
job.
I know you could talk for several days about budgets and specific social programs. Let's just talk about food stamps as one. Do you think that food stamps should be cut? Do you think that it should be monitored better? How would the Ryan proposal help people in poverty when it comes to applying that program?
The Ryan proposal, I call them opportunity grants, which consolidate up to 11 different federal welfare-based programs into flexible grants to the states so that you can customize aid per a family's need. Here's the problem, Jake. One woman fighting poverty may need food stamps or may need job training. One man in poverty may need, addiction counseling and jobs training. People have different problems. We shouldn't use this sort of Washington one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter solution. Let's customize aid to families in need, and let's also break up the welfare agency monopolies that are not performing like they need to, and give families in need more choices on where they can get their services from, and have an outcome-based approach, have a work-based approach, and then measure and test results. The point I'm trying to make is there are a lot of innovative ideas out there in our communities. We shouldn't stifle them or displace them. We should support them. And let's go with customized aid. I've seen lots of phenomenal stories. Lutheran Social Services, Catholic Charities, America Works, groups that when they've had the ability to customize aid to a particular person's need has actually helped treat that person eye to eye, soul to soul, fighting poverty far more effectively than having this one-size-fits-all situation. That's what I've been proposing with my opportunity grants.
You write in your book that you regret having used the phrase makers and takers to describe economic disparity. You say, quote, it sounds like we're saying people that are struggling are deadbeats. And you also had to clarify comments you made about the tailspin of, quote, inner city culture. Do you think that I don't doubt your sincerity in wanting people to be lifted out of poverty. Having stumbled a couple times, or at least apologized for things you've said a couple times when addressing this issue, why do you think it is that Republicans seem to have such a hard time convincing the people of Ferguson behind me that you care about them?
So let's take the makers or takers. That was convenient shorthand, which applied too broad of a brush to a problem that we're facing in America. And look, as a policymaker, I think if you think you've made a mistake, you should own up to that. More to the point, I was misdiagnosing the issue and the problem. The problem isn't people struggling to survive in America. That's part of the American idea, struggling to make a better life for yourself. I think the problem is policies that don't work to help people get to where they want to get in life. And so if we are not communicating that correctly, and if we are not presenting our ideas as effectively as we ought to present them, then
out of regular Coke,
and try and do a better job
forced to drink
so.
Diet Coke.
And you talk about folks who are battling, who are struggling. I think that there are policies that have been in place for a long time that haven't been working. And if they're not working, if we have persistent poverty, if we have chronic multi-generational poverty, let's try some new ideas. let's see what has worked in some other areas and see if we can apply them to these areas. And so that's the kind of policy making I think we need to do. Let's stop talking to each other in poisonous, partisan, divisive ways. And the argument I make in my book, which is if we really want to renew the American idea, which is that the condition of your birth doesn't determine the outcome of your life, we've got a lot of work to do in this country. I put out a number of reforms and proposals and solutions based on solid first principles that made this country great in the first place on how to do that. That, to me, is what policymakers should do. I don't like the direction the country's headed right now, and therefore, as an elected official, I shouldn't just criticize, I should propose solutions and alternatives, and that's precisely why I wrote this book and why I'm doing that.
You write about a lot more than just poverty in your book, The Way Forward, Renewing the American Idea. Obviously, because I'm standing in Ferguson, I focus on that. I hope you come back. We can talk about more of the ideas in your book. Best of luck with it, Congressman Paul Ryan.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jake. Take care.
City police officer. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Police claim the suspect pulled a knife on an officer and refused orders to surrender. A crowd has since gathered at the scene.
As officers arrived, the suspect turned towards the officers and started to walk towards them, clutching his waistband. He then pulled out a knife in what we described as an overhand grip and told the officer, "Shoot me now, kill me now." As he walked towards the officers began giving him verbal commands: drop the knife, step back, drop the knife, at which time the suspect stopped as he was approaching the driver and then turned his attention to this officer that was in the passenger seat. Both officers are out of the car. When they initially got out of the car, they did not have their weapons drawn. When the suspect displayed his knife, they drew their weapons. The officers are giving the suspect verbal commands: stop, drop the knife, stop, drop the knife. The suspect moved towards the passenger, the police officer that was in the passenger seat of the vehicle, at which time he came within 3 to 4 feet of the officer, and the officer shot. Both officers fired their weapons, striking the suspect, and the suspect was deceased.
Joining me now is national correspondent for the Today Show MSNBC anchor Craig Melvin. Craig, can you describe the scene on the ground there? Are people reacting to the news out of North St. Louis in Ferguson?
Not yet, Alex. At this point along West Florissant, it's sort of business as usual, so to speak, as odd as that may sound. As you know, as you guys indicated at the top of the hour, Captain Johnson.
I am not a dad.
I
took some of his dad's drink. It's mine now.
Full of those protesters. We continue to hear the car honking as well. We did hear one gentleman drive by shortly after that shooting happened. That's about 3 miles up the road. We heard one gentleman drive by, window down. All he screamed was, "They shot another one, y'all. They shot another one." But at this point, that's all we've heard so far. The protests, again, they've been very small. They've been very peaceful. We have not seen a great deal of activity, but as you know, that's been the case by and large since these protests have started. No problems when the sun's out.
Off to the library I go.
When the sun goes.
Well, good. I got them all, including the one you're all watching this one on with. This is my work right here. My future depends on it, on all these. Got all my memory cards. Good. Great. Don't you hate waking up before alarm clock goes off? Oh, better turn this off. Off to work I go now.
Released in a Milwaukee County court.
Mr. Sanders, the complaint charges you with felony murder at the Ritz Theater.
Off to work I go.
Accused of coming to the optical
Once
store
again.
last Thursday with 2 others. Criminal complaints as they jumped out of a car, faces covered, and walked into the store with a weapon, pointing it at the owner demanding cash. Investigators say the owner's brother was also armed. A shootout followed. Suspected robbers, 22-year-old Joshua Drake, did not get out alive. Sanders did, although a mugshot with a grease wound on his forehead appears to show just how close he came to sharing the same fate as his friend. Investigators say Sanders drove with others to Sinai Medical Center. 14 been killed.
Get my bus money. Can't hold this really good. There. coin machines for the bus. Really real picky about touching money that's not correct. Old money. It's all full and wrinkled, won't take money. Oh, that's more money. Three more acres. It's probably bacon. But that's awesome. There you go, Goof. Welcome to Everyday Life of Ralph Powers. Today is Sunday, January 26th, 2014. It is 6:15 a.m.
Oh, okay.
They're purely decoration.
You're really cool, actually.
Welcome to Everyday Life of Ralph Powers.